Hi guys, Random Film Studio here and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing the review of the Thermaltake Meka G1 gaming keyboard. So let's get started. As you can see here, the Meka G1 is a fully featured mechanical keyboard and it's a bold statement on your desk. It's just plain black with the red Thermaltake logos on it, which I think look very nice and add to the colour of the keyboard. So as far as accessories go, this keyboard comes with a USB to PS2 adapter which allows N key rollover, so you can hit as many keys as you want at once and they'll all register. It also comes with these, to plug these into the computer you have one for the USB hub, one for the keyboard, and these are the microphone pass-throughs, so I'll show you those right now. As you can see here, covering it up, whoops. Those are the USB pass-throughs, so you can plug thumb drives into there and you can plug your headphones into that. Now, if I can get the wrist rest back on, as you can see here, I'll just move this out of the way. There is some clips for the wrist rest. It's detachable, it's got some rubber feet on it, sits nicely on your desk, doesn't move around. There's 4 rubber pads on the main keyboard, 4 on the wrist rest. There's also these feet that angle up and down, and it just sits like that on your desk. So as it is mechanical, it makes a fair bit of noise when you hit a key down, so if you can hear this, it's just Now, I don't really mind the noise, I think it sounds nice, but if you want to, you can invest in some dampeners. I'll have a link in the description for those that make it a little bit less quiet. And what this keyboard also has is media keys, which a lot of other mechanical keyboards don't have. You can see those there, so when you're in iTunes, you just hit that function button that's right there, the FN, and hold that, and hit one of these keys when you're in iTunes and it'll play and pause your music. You can skip through the tracks, you can stop the music if you want, and there's also these buttons over here. I'll just zoom over to these. These let you control your volume for any application, just the Windows sound basic. Again, you hold the function key down here and that's volume up, volume down, mute. Very helpful for, instead of like when you're watching a video, you don't have to click down to the bottom of the tray, you can just do it in video. Now, this keyboard is very responsive. I'm going to cut in a few minutes to the some close-up shots of pushing down the key and seeing it register on the screen, because you barely have to push down the key at all for it to register. It's the tiniest little bit. Don't have to push it all the way down, and the letter will come up. And this is especially good in gaming because you can double tap the key and it will always register because you have to push it down a very, very little amount. So as far as the box goes, this is what it comes in. Meka G1 box. Looks nice graphics, tells you all about there's a 1000 Hz polling rate, so that's the responsiveness I was telling you about. When you hit a key, it not only does it register not very far down, it registers very quick because of the polling rate. There's a USB hub like I showed you. Each one of these switches under here has a lifetime of 50 million keystrokes, so that's about 50 times what you would get with a normal keyboard, which is a lot. And this keyboard was also used at the 2010 World Cyber Games. But this just tells you about the PS2 adapter and the palm rest and all that type of stuff. Now, I'll show you quickly what Thermaltake also sent me when they sent the keyboard. They just sent me this lanyard, as you can see here, says Thermaltake on it. They sent me this product guide, Thermaltake product guide. This shows all their mice, all their other keyboards, Now they have a few series of these Meka. They have the Meka G1 and the Meka G unit. Meka G unit has some backlighting. They also have headsets and they have mouse pads. I'd recommend checking their website out. I've got it up on the screen here, esports.com. And they have a lot of quality products. They also sent me this t-shirt. I don't know if that's the best angle to see it at, but as you can see, there's a Thermaltake TT eSports Dragon on there. There's also one in the back, quite nice. So now I'm going to cut to those close-up shots of me actuating the key, so you can see how easy it is to press. I'm just going to type out a quick string of text to indicate the sound that it makes when you're just giving it general use, typing a sentence. So as you can see there, it's not very obviously loud, it is a little bit, and I don't mind it. I think it's a good sound, but other people might not like it. So I'm going to cut to another scene of the key being actuated so you can see when it registers. Now I'm just going to show how far you have to press the key down to get the switch to activate. So I can assure you that it actuated then, actuated again. So every time I press D, that's actually coming up on the screen. Yeah, so here, as opposed to a full, see, the key fully disappears on the screen. That's full press down, and this is still working, but you don't have to push it all the way down. So as you can see, very, very little amount you have to push the key down for it to work. That's the sound once again, so that's typing. Very, very little. It's terrific. And now I'm going to cut to the pros and cons of this keyboard. Okay, some of the pros of this keyboard are like basically everything. The wrist rest is pretty much perfect. It gives you the right angle to type on. Feels very nice when you've got your wrist rested on it ready to type. Got a nice soft touch finish. Now the whole body of the keyboard also looks very sleek. It's just plain black, soft touch finish once again with the TT eSports logos on them. Looks very nice. I also like the added blue colouring on the function buttons. Differentiates it from every other key. And obviously the main benefit of it is it's mechanical, and with that comes the sound. Now some people might think that's a con, but I actually like the sound, and because of the mechanical keys, very responsive. Another pro. It's just so good. And the other pros are the USB hub on the back, if you can see that again. Yeah, you can see that down there. Awesome if you just need to plug a thumb drive into it, like I've got one over here. I've got my just external drive. Instead of plugging it into my computer, I can just plug it in there, and it all works perfectly. Also, I don't really use the audio and headphone jacks, but many gamers do use that. I have a USB headset, so maybe 90% of gamers have headphone microphone jack headset. That's just default. I just got a USB one. The other pro is this cable. It's just phenomenal. It's going to last long. Everything about it is strong. It's like a massive thick cable that's not going to break. It's thickly braided with nice fabric. As you can see, it's like nearly, it's hard to get a good angle, nearly as thick as my pinky finger there, and that's really good. As you can see here, I'll just bring these over here again. These are actually gold plated, which means gold doesn't corrode. These will last very long. It's not like the USB is going to stop working because of this cable's strong, and these are going to be strong because they're gold plated, and they're going to have a very long life. Now, one of the cons of this keyboard is just the wrist rest, the clips underneath are kind of, they're really easy to pull out, and I kind of think it was going to snap when I was putting it together, and maybe Thermaltake could improve on that next time, but that's pretty much it. The other problem is, it's not really a problem, it's just kind of a visibility issue. I don't know if you can see that even there. See, under the spacebar there you can see a little metal bracket. Now that's the stabilizer for the spacebar, and I don't know, it's not affecting the keyboard in any way. You can just see it. It's just a little visual flaw. It doesn't take away from anything from the keyboard really. It just makes it look a little different. So I hope you've enjoyed this review of the Thermaltake Meka G1 mechanical gaming keyboard. Thanks Thermaltake for sending this out to me. I'd like to work with you again in making reviews. Sent me a good range of stuff. I really like the t-shirt. And comment, rate, subscribe. Check out Thermaltake's websites in the description, and thanks for watching.